Starting to stream. No music. Put a bit of music up. Okay, I might begin. So, yeah, I think this is one of the first ones of the year, actually. Had a few weeks not streaming it for Christmas. And I'm sort of streaming every couple of weeks now because I am just trying to get in the hole and get as many things in, get as many cards in, as many new features following the playtest as I possibly can. So just divert as much time as possible to getting it done. Hopefully we'll do another playtest in a couple of months or something with hopefully an almost feature complete build, at least for the feature complete for the bare minimum. I think it's always going to be more stuff to add, but something that I think is going to pass some sort of fun threshold. So I guess I'm not going to list everything I've done because it's quite a lot of stuff. Just to say that I'm expecting a few red crashes today because it's I'm moving faster than I haven't streamed for a while, which usually roots out bugs, and also I've been doing a bunch of stuff under the hood. So we'll begin. Oh yeah, so the main new thing here is a star map. It's basic. It's just circles at the moment. I need to make this better than circles. I could at least make that a triangle. That would be good, wouldn't it? I'm just going to write some of these down. But the idea is that instead of just having, you've got this big goal to get to Earth, and Earth gets devastated as you go along. But now there's little things to sort of break up the journey. These are the sort of lost colonies. Eventually, each one of these is going to be defended by some Reptorian mini boss. And the idea is that you're meant to just find a path. There might be a few more of these, and sort of you might have to choose a path through if you actually want to get to Earth in time. But for now, they're just little waypoints. So I head there, got 6.4 light years to get there. So you can't actually do anything with your ship until you've gone to a shipyard. So let's go and intercept this level 1 ship. Okay. Newest thing here is I've got a new resource called Command. I've been wanting to add this for a while because I couldn't quite get over the abstraction that switch the music off. It's great, but it's distracting. I couldn't get over the abstraction that the command cards didn't make sense for it to use energy. And it didn't make sense for it to be free. So I felt that there's some resource called Command that you get whenever a commander is in their position. Jimmy's the commander here. If I move him to the sick bay, first all of his cards disappear. But secondly, you see that we're not going to produce any more command next turn. So unfortunately, when I put him back, no, I haven't got the cards anymore. But that was a demonstration. Anyway, let them fire at me. So let's lock on. Got a bunch of evades, so I'm going to evade their torpedoes. Let's get rid of that batch. I'm going to just save onto this point defense. Wait for them to get a little bit closer. Got quite a lot of command now. Could evade, so I evade 2 here. And then I can wait 1 more turn. I'm trying to hoard energy here. I do want to spend some of my command, but I've got plenty of point defense. They're really firing at me here. Get rid of that. We could move a bit closer and be a bit more aggressive. Might move closer. Lock on again. Because one strategy is you can just hang back, lock on, and then once you feel like your targeting's high enough, you can then blast them. Get up close and smash them up. I'm going to wait. I'm going to try and reload this point defense, and then I'm going to wait for these guys to get a bit closer. Now, strategy have I got? I'm not sure I want to fire off quite yet, although I do really want to smash those up. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and smash those up. They're really annoying me. Stop them firing at me for a bit. Maybe I'll smash them. I've got 1 of them. That's good. Okay, point defense. Reload. Unfortunately, I haven't got another point defense, which is a shame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fire off a bunch of extra stuff. Try and aim for that hole. Maybe try and take out the other one of their torpedoes. They're going to flip. Okay, so I'll probably try and shoot it down with point defense next turn. But I can live with that. It's got 1 energy left. What I'm going to do is quickly reload. I should have saved it for moving away. Can't play my own game. Right. Okay. Move away! Well, no, this is reserve enough energy. Okay, it's going to be punishing. I've made the torpedoes a little bit more damaging by default. So it encourages you more to sort of build shields and upgrade your armor, because that actually breached. I haven't got any breach effects yet, but that will come. So I've got 2 energy. I've got 2 smashed guns. I'm going to just ignore that side for now and flip over to the other side. Let's fire off. They're going to shoot some of them down, but that's fine. I'm just going to give them overwhelming firepower so they can't. They're going to shoot that, but they've only got 1. I can't ion pulse, but I don't have enough energy. I'm just going to carry on with this. Just going to let them shoot down 4 here. They have to reload that if they want to fire, and they might probably be destroyed anyway. Why are you so happy? Ship damage and recent damage to me. Yeah, so they're very happy that they made a big hole in my ship. Don't need to evade. They're going to evade mine, but they're so close that the evasion's not going to be very effective. So I'm going to just carry on staying close range for now. I'm just going to hoard some. Got loads of command. I don't know how well balanced this new command resource is. I think eventually I'll have some more stuff to spend it on. But for now, it might be like I could even have a button here that which sort of spends command to give you redraws directly, rather than having a card for it. They can't shoot at me. They can't repair, so I'm going to go on the offense here. Reload that gun. I could get someone to repair those, but I think I'll be okay. Just fire some lights into there. More lights into the gunnery. Now I go to the hole. Lock on again. Command card, effective commands. I got 3 redraws. More effective command. I'm looking for something that's actually going to be shooty. Shooty? No. Okay, I've run out of redraws. Not so happy now, guys, are you? Not so happy now. Turn around. Why can't they fire that one? Wonder why they can't attack that weak spot. Oh, okay, right. So even though they've got a weapon loaded here, because I've destroyed their gunnery, they're unable to fire. So they are basically trapped in the water. So I think all I have to do now is wait. So I'm just going to wait. Just have some mechanism by saying surrendered. They basically realise that they can't win. I think I'll probably add something like they can escape, because if I were the Reptorians, I wouldn't just surrender. I'd try and escape, and only when I couldn't fight back and I've lost my engines would I consider surrendering. Love this drool coming out of this guy. So what's my haul? 203 matter, and I did damage their reactor a bit, so I only get 50 warp fuel. But I did get a perk. I need to have better images for these because they're all the same. Primed reactors. On the first turn of combat, increase energy production of every reactor by 1. That's a good one. It's one of the rare ones. Helen and Dimitris have leveled up. So I can't do anything about my ship, but I can upgrade my crew. So maneuvers cost less, or evading projectiles as they come towards me. Take that one. Smasher torpedoes. Triple damage to vulnerable armor. So that's not very useful because I haven't got anything that makes armor vulnerable yet. And these two I already have. I could have another reload to sort of balance out cards. I might take another reload, because I always find later in the game my reloads are a little bit scarce. Okay. Oh, overload reactor. Always a good choice. Except last time I did it, my entire engine room burned down. But other than that, it's a good choice. Point defense pulse is a new one I've added recently. So this one pulses close to it. It's a good way of it uses energy, so it does require a good amount of energy production. But if someone's fired 3 salvos at you, you can sort of blast them, and then you could move. You could even do a strategy where you blast them, you move back, they move forwards again, and then you blast them again. You can do this kind of ratcheting strategy, which is quite good if you've got maneuver cards as well. But I'm not sure I've got the reactor power for it. Could try. Go for evasion rather than defense. Thermal pulse, I'm not really going to go for now. I think this is so powerful that I feel like I should take it. I'll show the point defense pulse because that's a new card. I want to show new stuff. Right, let's go. Oh, we have detected a wreckage of a human vessel. Scorch marks and hull breaches suggest it was destroyed in combat. There may be salvageable resources. I'm going to investigate this. Oh, empty-handed. So I didn't succeed in that one. So let's resume course to our starbase, to the colony. Right, so here we are. I can go to the shipyard now. Don't have enough to upgrade the reactor. It costs 600. I could upgrade some armor, or upgrade my weapons, or I could replace my weapons. I'm always tempted to upgrade my reactor. 600. I might wait. Okay. Interesting how that should have gone away when I went via this way. There's a sort of minor bug there. The idea is that this ship... Oh, it's come back again. Okay, so if I go here and then back, that's stopped. If I go back in this way and then back again, it appears. Or does it go every 2 times? Okay, I'll fix that. Minor issue. But I've also got this. So I've just added relics just this morning, but it hasn't made it into this build. So now this is a shop. So you can choose to buy things with... So the cards are sort of equivalent to you've come to this colony and there's some people that have got some knowledge or some skills or some know-how. That's the abstraction I'm working with. And, you know, to make it, you have to, you know, pay them energy to train you or something. the relic, there'll be relic, I'm calling them relics, but I think they're called perks in this game. I'm calling them relics because of Slay the Spire. You'll also be able to buy them here at the shop as well. And maybe some other things in the future. But what do I want anything at the moment? 150. I've only got 100, so I could only buy something boring. So I'm not going to do that. I need to conserve my energy. Okay, let us change quite a new direction. I could go to that one, but I'm just going to go and head broadly. I'm going to ignore that one and head off to Earth. No, head off to the next colony. Okay, got a size 5 Reptorian scout. It's heading away slowly. Could increase my burn rate, get there in 2.5 days. It's going to burn a lot of my fuel. They might see me. I'm going to get there in 1.2 days. I'm going to spend half a head and see if I can get there in 2 days. Oh, close enough to engage. There we go. Right. So, effective command gives me a few redraws. They're about to fire thermals at me. I could scramble, but thermals are actually quite resistant to scrambling because it doesn't really matter where they hit you. They're nasty. So I think I'm going to save for moving out and evading when they shoot me. But I'll keep all of those evades. I haven't got any command to do that. I'll save that for later. Okay, so I'll use my command, see what I get. Tempted to move away because then evasion is going to be very powerful. Evade 1 from there. Sorry, evade 4 from that one. Evade 4 from that one. I could take 2 of them. I might just keep them in mind. I could use the pulse. Could save the pulse for those. Maybe I'll wait for that. That'd be quite a good thing. Use of 2 energy. Well, if I'm going to spend 2 energy, I might as well spend 2 energy on evasion. Choices. Point defense. I might as well just spend the money on evasion. I don't want any of these hitting me because having fires is a pain in the bum. But I can move closer probably. I realised after playing quite a while actually that I think I need some sort of laser to start the ship with. It feels like I want to have some damage that happens instantly. I love the way that this intership zone works and how it takes time for things to get there, but there's certain times you just really could kill to spend a bit of extra energy to blast something right there and then. I'm going to do a little bit of an aggressive maneuver. Am I? You're going to fire at me again next turn. I think I'm going to move closer, point defense this, reload that, and then I'm going to sort of fire off a bunch of stuff. I'm going to go and blast one. And I'm going to... Right, something that's come to my mind. 1 second. Right, and then I've got no energy left. That's fine. Nice to fire another one, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll fire it next round and then back on. So I'm going to reload there. Fire. Oh, eye on you. I could do that, couldn't I? Put my eye on that one. So can you see this has got? I've got my eye on you. So the idea is that the Demetrius here is like trying to evade this, and it will evade it over time. So every turn, I evade it once. I'll save that point defense for next turn. Although I suspect I might get one. I might eventually get the one with a pulse, which would be quite useful about now. Okay, so this is going to do some pretty devastating damage if I leave it unchecked. I can point defense this one out of existence. Okay, let's just see what I get from the draw. Lock on. Yeah, so point defense pulse. So I can show you what this does. So this one, as you can see, it does 2 damage to each one. So that one that's got 3 damage is doing 1 because of the eye on you, and 1 that'll be next turn. And then there's 2 right now. So one day I'll add some cool special effects for all of this stuff. My primary goal at the moment is to just make the game really fun, to me. And then once I'm confident it's really fun, I can then add all the fancy stuff, make it look good, make the nice noises, and it doesn't look terrible right now, but certainly could do and do with looking a bit better, and adding more tutorials like this just to make it clear, because it's quite a complicated game. It's not like a simple game. Okay, right. I'm interested to know. Right, I'm going to see. I don't even know what to expect. I think it will evade it before it shoots. I think only one's going to make contact. But let's have a look. Let's see what happens. No, 2 made contact. Though it's a bit misleading there that it was going to shoot 1 down. But UX, it's hard. User experience, working out how to show that was going to be 1 removed if it had moved. Or I could apply them before it hits. Anyway, I will think about that one. I'll put it down on my list. Apply before hit. Because, oh no, I've had trouble with this before about when in the game cycle to apply the effects. Sometimes you want it before and sometimes you don't want it before. And that's where I think we're going to get a bit of trouble. Anyway, let's lock on. I'm just going to invest in locking on. Locking on's kind of an investment. Why can't they play anything? Well, they're trying to attack the weak spot, but they've got no weapons. That wasn't very clever. I'm going to work a bit on the AI soon as well, because I think they kind of have cooldowns and stuff at the moment for their different attack patterns. But I might make it so they don't have cooldowns. They just pick whatever the most... the way that the AI system works is that there's a bunch of different options that they have. And it ranks, depending on the situation, it assigns a score to each one of those options. And whichever one option is the highest, it picks. So if there's a big weak spot, so it's identified there's a big hole here, it's gonna fire at that. Whereas if it's got nothing else to do, it will fire if it's got thermals, it will try and hit something critical like my bridge. If it sees something coming towards it, it picks point defense. But it does have a cooldown on them, which is a sort of hacky way of just making it not spam stuff. But I might make it... I think that may be worth trying again, but making it a little bit more sophisticated. Anyway, carry on. Disrupt their targeting. Oh, so this is a cool one. This is going to disrupt my target. So all that investment I made in the targeting is they're going to remove 2 from it. Do I want to repair that or just want to flip? Got plenty of draw here. So I've got... Before they do this, I might try and get some shots off. Point defense pulse. Could save that. Okay, I guess I'll fire my lights in here. I'll fire them before they take my targeting down. Still got 6 draw, so I'll fire some basics as well. Use my command. Yeah, 1 command per turn is quite a bit much. I might need to make the get 2 draws cost 2 command, because I just got an abundance of command and I don't really have enough things to soak it up. It's not really a decision. Whenever I see it, I just pick it. Okay, I've run out of energy, so I'm just going to wait. So they've taken my targeting down to 0. I've disabled that, so they are going to give up in a minute. Don't spoil my salvage. Need to have some more creative messages for when they surrender. Got another perk, Blastier Blasts. So all projectile AoE effects have a bigger blast radius. but I don't have any. Or is it, yeah, projectile AoE effects. This is anything like thermal warheads or ion warheads. Maybe I'll get some flesh rippers. That's not area of effect. Could get some flesh rippers because they'll have some engineers that could do with some shredding. Thermal pulse. So because I've got blastier blasts, and taking that into account now, when in combat, it will take the fact my blast radius is bigger into account, but it should do it there as well. I'll add that to my list of little things to do. So apply blastier blasts in card reward. These are just all these minor issues you have to sort of pick up whenever you add a new feature. So I'm going to add a thermal pulse because I know that's going to be bigger than normal. And I think I might soon, no more upgrades, get an upgraded reactor if I can get to this colony in one piece. Okay, the Corvette's coming in. It's probably going to be my biggest, scariest one so far. Okay, it's getting bigger. So you've got engineers, so I can try and shred those with my shredders. It's got a full complement of crocodiles. The weak spot's probably there into this reactor. That'd be quite nice to keep some energy so that I can spend it on upgrades. There's kind of a weak spot up north here. I'm going to try and go for the reactors because that seems to be their weakest spot. They've heavily defended their bridge. Lights, but defended their engines as well. I'm going to wait a turn. Let's see what happens. They're firing thermal rounds at me. So I'm going to get close. I'm going to fire off the lights. This is, maybe I'll aim at their point defense because that's going to, I'm going to try and get rid of those point defenses. Get some of that. Reload. Flesh rippers, save those. Because once I start smashing this, they will send their engineering team to fix that. And then I can flesh rip them. Let's fire off these while I'm probably going to shoot them down, but what can we do? What I'd like is maybe something that can shunt them forwards. Reload this. Rippers. I could just do overwhelming firepower. Thermal pulse. I could do that to keep the engineers busy, couldn't I? If I do the bridge, that's going to make them more unhappy. If I do that, it might take their engines out. Either way, I don't think they're going to put the fires out anyway. But can you see how this is? Is it bigger? Blast radius 1. Oh. Projectile AoE effects. Okay, right. So maybe this is working as intended. So thermal pulse isn't a projectile AoE effect. So I got confused by my own system. So that probably means that players will also get confused. So I'll need to make this very clear. There's a difference between these kind of pulses. So there's something called enhanced pulse emitter, which will increase the size of these. In which case, I'm not sure I do want to do fire. I'll do fire here. Let's get 3 for 1. Look at that. 1 fire each. That's causing a bit of sadness. Why not? One thing I didn't want to hit. I wanted to hit that. That's why you need some sort of extra targeting boosts. Let's evade those thermals. Don't want those getting close. So they've sent an engineer, Harold, over there. I could do with reload and flesh rip. There we go. So hopefully are they gonna, yes, unlucky. So they're going to shoot down my regular torpedoes, but my flesh rippers are still going to be okay. They might flip the next turn, but if I get lucky, there might be a shunt. So I might get a shunt, and then I can shunt it in. Oh. So here we go. They're going to send some more engineers over. So they are going to flip the ship next. Like I said, they're not sending the engineers here because they're busy putting out the fires. Which has actually gone against me, because it would have been nice if there was an engineer here too. So actually doing that thermal pulse caused a bit of trouble, really. So I'm a bit nervous about these 3 thermals coming towards me. They're going to flip next turn. It would be nice if I could stop them flipping. Or, as I said, shunt it in. So I'm going to... How much does a shunt cost? 1. So I'm going to save my point defense, shoot those down. So let's do that first. I've got effective command, which is good. I'm going to spend that on lock on. I'm going to see if I can... Let's see if I can get lucky and get a shunt. Yes. So now I can shunt this forwards. So they were going to flip, and then Harold would have been out of the firing line. But now hopefully I can shred. That wasn't very impressive for flesh rippers. Seems like it hit him. Maybe it missed him. Maybe he ninjaed it. Either way, I think I probably need to look at flesh rippers, because that was not very impressive. In fact, I might even cheat and fire a flesh ripper at him and see if that direct hit. Okay, so if I directly hit him, vaporize him. Apologies for the cheat, but I wanted to check that they were working. So if any of those had actually directly hit him, he just ninjaed it. That is my debug cheating. This is where I would outmaneuver, so I could flip their ship. Got quite good lock on. I've got 2 lock-ons. That's pretty good. They're panicking. They're going to fire torpedoes. I could just flip myself. And I've got 2 of those. I don't need to even reload. I've got 2 thermal pulse. I was just looking for some sort of weapon. Right. I'm going to save those evades. I'm going to... we're not too worried about them. Loads of reloads. I've got too many reloads now, haven't I? Okay. Not much I can do really here. I'm going to move away and invade that one. I'm going to just wait. And then surrender. Right, what have we got? Find weak spot. I think find weak spot is fair enough if that takes command as well, isn't it? I think we just need to have places to put this command. The find weak spot's very cool. This gives us a vulnerable, which is quite good for smashing into armor. Adding 4 draws and decreasing morale by 20. It's pretty good too. Let's take the find weak spot. Outmaneuver would have been very useful last time, but hold us steady is just such a good one. A tactical one for getting in close and firing. It works with my strategy. Well, the strategy I like is just getting in close, targeting, bam, 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 and back out again. Or the nuke. Let's do that, because that's just, why if you've got a nuke and to be picked, why not pick that? And while I haven't got too many cards, these rare, really rare ones come up. Nuke plus replicator. Oh, I didn't think about that synergy. Oh yeah, 3 nukes. Up, yes, please. Oh dear, you've got to allow these crazy exploits. That's the whole fun of these games, these card games. These deck builders. It's to allow, if you get 2 things like that. I'll show you what I mean, because nuke fires 1 extremely powerful nuke, and replicate will make it so that it fires 2 more. It adds 2. So that's going to be a lot of nuking. The problem is I won't have much salvage left. There's a pretty big bang. Hopefully I can show you. So they're going to fire thermals. So I'm going to move close now. I'm going to just wait. I don't know how long it's going to be before I get a nuke. But it's one way to find out. I feel like I want to fire in regulars in here. They're steady. Get lots of cards. What happened there? Visual glitch. I'm definitely holding on to that replicator. I'm going to evade one of those, and then when it gets close the next turn, I'm going to fire a point of defense. I got rid of that. Waiting for that nuke to come. I'm going to save the ion pulse as well. I want all of the things to make it get there in one piece. I'll reload that while I've got a chance. Question now, what? Oh, here we go. The question is, what do I want to nuke? So nuke Jack. I don't really want to nuke their reactors because I feel like I want to have that resource. I might just go for their weapon system here. Right, so it exhausts it. So it can only fire one nuke, it exhausts. But I'm going to replicate it. So there's three nukes. Oh dear, let's see if my game, let's see if it completely breaks my game. I should have held her steady before I did it. It doesn't matter, you don't need to hold her steady for nukes. What I want now is either I can save ion pulse, so if they start trying to shoot it down, which they've already sort of splurted their load on a point defense there. So let's okay, so they're going to try and evade it, but I've saved this ion pulse for exactly this, so I can sort of blast their engines with ion pulse. Oh yeah, suckers. Okay, here we go. Here it comes. 3 nukes. 3 nukes. Oh, I didn't even get to see it. It needs better special effects, but as you can see in the background here, it's I made them surrender immediately. Eventually it will do like radioactive damage to them as well. But yeah, you can see that it just shreds things. It doesn't. It should probably make these look worse, the internal rooms. But again, I'm gonna have to do that in the polishing phase. Either way, I don't think I've got too much heavily damaged. I should probably have a bonus for how much structural integrity they have actually as well, because I think the reason I won is because I just got their structural integrity down to sort of minus something. Anyway, you got to see the nuke plus replicator, which is just too powerful. Reloading frenzy. Do that. I've got heavy weapons now. I've got plenty of warp fuel now. I can do a good spending spree when I get to the next shop. Huh? What did I do there? What happened? What happened? I'll have to review that one. That's a bug. Something like I went into a... Because I have been refactoring the whole system of how these events happen and how all of these intercept things happen. And I think something must have happened, like I was in an intercept and then another intercept happened or something. In any case, I'm going to copy this. You bear with me. Can I copy it? I'll just look in the log later. What happened? Cannot play. Reason. In any case, it has stopped debugging. So I'm going to see if I can come back in and see if it... I think I have well and truly smashed up the game. Which is in some ways good. It means I can sort of go and keep this save and use it to to debug, but it probably means this session is unfortunately over. I was just about to say, I'm amazed that I've got this far through the game because I've done some pretty big changes and I haven't really played it for very long to test them. And I was like, wow, actually, I'm a genius coder. But clearly, bugs get us all eventually. So rather than start a new game, I did think that maybe I could escape. If I close that, start again, I thought maybe. I'm going to see. Okay, right. I think I've got a way of getting out of it. I just aborted the intercept. Wonder if I can reproduce that now, though. Maybe I'll regret that when I can't reproduce that. Oh, why did I skip the next day? Not concentrating now. Progressive lock. That's really good. This is like increases your targeting every turn. Costs 5 energy though. I think it's worth it. Oh yeah, so when you click, you have to pick a crew member because cars live with crew members, you have to pick one, but there's only one commander, so there we go. Pick that. So that's cost me almost all of my warp fuel. I should have a way of buying warp fuel at the shipyard. At the moment I can repair. I will upgrade my reactor. I'm going to upgrade this weapon. Loads of energy, and then that's an easy way to spend 1,000 matter. Okay, let's head to the next starbase. Right. Nope. You're not letting me engage. Something's gone horribly wrong. Why is that? Because I ran out of fuel? Oh, maybe it was. But does it not let me engage if I run out of fuel? That down as an investigation. It's because I spent all my fuel on the bloody card. Now I've got here and I can't buy any fuel. Can I sell a card? Head to Earth at like limp speed, because you can still move at limp speed. I do wonder if I should have it so that you can have like just dead stop, so that you can actually rebuild, because the reactors generate 5 and I'm using 5 by the engine, so maybe I should have a dead stop so you can just build up a bit of energy. Okay, we're at Earth, so I guess we'll engage Big Boss. No, we're not. It's gone horribly wrong. Sorry. Yeah, it is dead, Jim. I could like completely get rid of it. If I completely leave the game and I come back in. No. Things have gone wrong, and doesn't surprise me, but there we go. All right, well, I'm going to stop because that was quite a nice place to leave it with a bug that I can now go and reproduce again and fix for next time. Because that's one of the main reasons I'm doing these streams, is just if anyone's really interested, they can watch and see what's going on and the new stuff I'm adding. But actually, it's just a really nice excuse for me to just play every week and root out the bugs so that it sort of stays stable. Because if you carry on developing, you accrue more and more bugs. And I just want to be extremely aggressive with getting rid of these so that basically it can be played almost any time. Or at least it doesn't take long to just fix the last few bugs. So yes, thanks everyone for coming, and I'll see you next time.